the second class we're having on the course. All right, and promises to be an interesting one. All right, so with this being said, let's hop straight into it. So we have INR111. All right, so today we'll be talking about theories, all right, of international relationships. All right, theories of international relationships. Now, but before we go into that, just like where we stopped in our last class, we clearly talk about what we refer to as the diplomatic history. All right, diplomatic history. All right, now diplomatic history dates back to the period of World War One. All right, into what the post 1914 period. All right, World War One, during the period of World War One, and what the post World War One, and the what the post 1945 period, 1945 period. Now, writing on interstate relation is centered on the diplomatic history and international law. All right, writings during this era. All right, writings during this era is what? Writing on interstate relation. Writing on interstate relation is what? Centered. All right, is centered primarily on diplomatic history and international law. Centered, writing during this period is centered primarily on diplomatic history and international law. All right, centered primarily on diplomatic history and international law. Okay, so we have that as that. Now let's proceed. Now, the catastrophic effect of the First World War, stimulated interest in the study of international relation. All right, the catastrophic catastrophic effect of the First World War stimulated all right, the catastrophic effects of the First World War stimulated the interest in the study of international relation. All right, stimulated the interest of the study of international relation. Okay, the catastrophic effect of the First World War stimulated the interest of the study of the world of international relation. All right, so countries needed to know. All right, countries wanted to know, how can we maintain a relationship between nations, right? A relationship between countries. Let me highlight that. The study of international relation, all right, was stimulated, all right, as a result of the catastrophic effect of the First World War. All right, now, all right, so we have also, not just that, we have the ball Bolshevik, all right, revolution, the Bolshevik revolution of 1917 also, all right, gave rise to the interest of the study of international relations. Also, the death toll, just a moment. Now, the death toll, all right, the death toll of the war estimated several millions. All right, it was the concern of all to learn from the blow by blow accounts, all right, and to understudy the causes of war, all right, to prevent its peace as a major dividend. All right, so all the events, all the activities that happened, all right, during the First World War and that of the Bolshevik Revolution in 1917, all right, and the record of the death toll, all right, the record of the death toll, all right, the record of the death toll of the war that claimed several millions of lives, all right, make it compulsory, all right, for countries to what, learn to understudy the cause of war and how to better prevent it. All right, so we have institutions such like the Royal Institute of International Affairs in London, institutions like the Royal Institute, all right, the institutions like Royal Institute of International Affairs in London, all right, it's used like this, and the Council of Foreign Relations in New York, all right, were set up immediately after the war. All right, so we have the Royal Institute of International Affairs, all right, in London, and we also have the Council of Foreign Relations, the Council of Foreign Relations, all right, in New York, were set up immediately after the war. In New York, all right, they were set up immediately after the war. All right, so all these institutes, all right, was set up immediately after the war in order to what, further understand, all right, the relationship between countries, in order to what, bring the chances of war among this country to its barest minimum. All right, so let's proceed. So we have that as that. Now, professorial chairs, apart from those institutes, professorial chairs were also established, all right, at the University College of Wales, all right, in Abbas Turid in 1922. All right, professional chairs. Professorial, all right, professorial chairs, all right, in the University College of Wales, all right. Questions like this can be thrown at you. Dash is the professorial chair established, or where is the professorial chair established at the University College of Wales? All right, in the year, all right, 1922. all right, in the year 1922 in Aberystwyth, all right. Now, the London School of Economics and Political Science in 1923 for the study of, also we have the London School of Economics and Political Science. Economics and Political Science. All right. Economics, the London School of Economics and Political Science in 1923 for the study of international relation. In what? 1923. All right. All these institutions and professorial chairs were all established, all right, to study, to undertake, all right, international relations. Now, let's move to the main topic for today, which is the theories of international studies. The main thing for today, which is the theory of international studies. Theories of international studies. Of Now, let's take a look at the theories of international studies. Okay, just a moment, please. I need to get all right, so theories. We're going to be examining some theories. We're going to be examining some theories. All right. Now, examining the system theory, all right, as a relation or as related to international studies, all right, system theory, all right, as it relates to international, studies. All right. Now, the systems theory is probably the most widely used international relation theory. All right. The most widely used theory, all right, of international relationship or international relations. All right, it's probably the most widely used, the system theory. Now, the system theory borrowed from biology, all right, and engineering sciences, borrowed from biology and engineering sciences, all right, lays emphasis on the working, all right, mechanism of a setup for goal attainment. Now, this system theory is determined to aid political system capacity for maintaining what? Equilibrium. All right, in the face of stress and adaptation to changes that are forced internally and externally. All right, that is why it's said here to be what? Goal attainment eccentric. Now, these are the points. All right, we have, okay, borrowed from biology and engineering sciences. All right, here is particular about or used as a what? Working all right, mechanism, all right, working mechanism, all right, of a set up, all right, working mechanism, all right, to set up goals for attainment, all right, to set up goals for attainment. Also, other point is that it can also be said to what? To aid, all right, to aid political system capacity for maintaining, all right, aid political system aid post system capacity, all right, for maintaining what? Its equilibrium, for maintaining or for striking a balance, all right, its equilibrium, all right, for maintaining its equilibrium, for maintaining its equilibrium, all right, in the face of stress and for adapting to challenges that are forced internally. Maintaining state of equilibrium, adapt, all right, to internal and external challenges, all right, adapt to internal and external challenges, all right. This is what the system theory is all about, all right. It is also said to be what, or it's said to be an autonomous unit of complex elements, all right. It's said to be an autonomous unit of complex elements which interact and it's capable of adapting within itself. Now look at the key points here is that, right, autonomous is kind of independent, autonomous unit, all right, which interacts and is capable, all right, interact and capable, interact and capable of adapting or self-adaptation, that is the system theory. So now let's move to the next one. Now let's talk about the modernization theory. All right, modernization. Now this theory argues that the third world participation in the world economy, all right, through channels of foreign trade, investment, loan, would transform developing society of Europe and America. Now, underlying this argument, the assumption that active participation in global economic activity, all right, on the part of developing societies would stimulate greater surplus and increase social economic development. Now, this theory is particular about the fact that developing countries or developing society, all right, their participation assumes that active participation in the global economic activities, all right, in the global economic activities, all right, That means on the part of what? Developing countries, all right? By developing countries would what? Would by developing countries would stimulate a greater surplus and increase in social economic development. All right? Will boost the social economic, all right, development. That's what the argument of modernization theory, all right, social economic what? Development. Development. All right, that is what the modern theory is all about. Now, let's talk about the international independence, which is globalization theory. All right, international independence of globalization theory. Okay, that's the globalization theory. Now, this theory takes into cognizance, all right, the fact that states in an international society cooperate rather than antagonize, all right. Cooperation in an international cooperation of states, all right, in the international society. That's all right, in an international all right, in an international society, all right, rather than antagonize. Antagonize. All right, rather than, it's actually a, rather than antagonize. All right, a globalization theory says that a state in the cooperation of international, a state in an international society cooperate rather than antagonize. That is according to the global theory. All right. All right. Now, this theory copes with war, all right, by alleging that historical war is the exception rather than the rule in the relation between states. All right, historical war is an exception. All right, here they believe that historical war, all right, that historically, or that is alleging that historical war is an exception rather than rule. All right, war is an exception. All right, rather than what? Rule in relation between states. All right, it's an exception rather than rule, all right, in relation between states. So we have Talcott-Parsons theory. The Talcott-Parsons theory. Just a moment. Now we have Talcott-Parsons theory. Now this theory, all right, according to Talcott, all right, he said if societal equilibrium, all right, is to be determined. I would say equilibrium, the point at which two favorable lines meet. all right, the point at which two perpendicular, all right, line meet. In economics, we refer to it as the point at which demand meets up with supply, or supply meets up with demand. All right. So here it says here, like we in application here, all right, I was striking the balance. Okay. Now, Talcott said if societal equilibrium is to be determined, so there are four functional prerequisites. All right. So he said four functional. He gave four functional prerequisites. Let me erase this so we can have it here. So Talcott gave four functional prerequisites. All right, give four functional prerequisites or prerequisites. All right, so we have four prerequisites, all right, for societal equilibrium. For societal equilibrium. All right, so he said one, all right, there must be pattern maintenance. All right, there must be pattern maintenance. There must be adaptation. All right, pattern. A particular pattern must be maintained. That is all. Pattern maintenance. All right, pattern maintenance. All right, we have adaptation. So we have adaptation of environment. Okay, three we have goal attainment, and we have four, we have integration. All right, integrations of functions and subsystem. All right, integrate, all right, integration of subsystems, all right, to form a whole. So these are the four prerequisites Talcott gave in order to strike a balance in the society. All right, so we have that as that. Now, straight ahead, let's talk about power. What is power? Now we have what is power. All right, so we're going to be dissecting the meaning of power. All right, we are going to be considering a lot of contributions and suggestions from people, but on a quick one. Now, power may be simply defined as the capacity to produce intended effect. All right, according to J. Frankel. According to J. Frankel, according to what J. Frankel, he said power to produce intended effects. It's manipulative. Manipulate, get what you want. Power. All right, to produce, capacity to produce. All right, capacity to produce what we call intended effect. Produce intended effects. All right, capacity to produce intended effects. All right, so we have that as that. Now we also have power is said to be, this is according to, all right, according to Organsky, all right, AFK, or Gansky in political science, in world politics. Now, according to him, he said power is the ability to influence the behavior of others in accordance with one's own end. All right, a capacity to influence, the ability to influence, all right, the ability what to influence behavior the behavior all right, the capacity to what to influence the behavior of others. When you have the capacity to influence the behavior of others in accordance with one's own end, all right, in accordance all right, with one own end. All right, when you manipulate people against their will, all right, to fulfill or to make yours predominant. All right, now power may be exercised through mere existence of a state. All right, it could be through diplomacy, it could also be through economic pressure or subversion. Now, it is, however, not to be assumed that power is the greatest when it is exercised in the most violent form. All right, not the greatest when exercised in the most violent form. All right, now we have that as that. So on this note, we'll call it a wrap for today, and in our next class we will proceed, and in 2 more classes I think we'll be done with this material, and we can move to other things. All right, so thank you very much, everyone. I believe you've been able to gain a thing or two in tonight's class, and I expect you to please update your notes and send them to your respective classes. All right, thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you in subsequent tutorials. Bye bye.